The whole country is holding its breath as spaceship Orion gets nearer and nearer to its destination here on Cape Canaveral. Returning from its 4-month journey to Venus and back, there it is, coming over the ocean. Oh my god, something's wrong.
What's going on?
I thought back to this morning, when I first talked to Richards about my problems.
Eyes, you say?
I know it sounds ridiculous, Richards, but you have to believe me.
And they killed the boy?
They made me do it.
Well, why don't you just take those bandages off and prove it, Frank?
No, it gives them too much power. I let them see last night, and that's why the boy's dead.
Why don't you go back to the very beginning? Tell me how it all started.
All right. About 4 months ago, my hands began to itch.
It was horrible. Almost as bad as the itch of healing flesh from the burns I got in the crash. None of the symptoms matched anything I or anyone else apparently had heard of. My hands had soft, puffy spots all over them, spots that were horribly warm and sensitive. I fell asleep later that night and awoke to something horrifying. I could still see the book. At first I was too shocked to scream, but then I saw my face as they saw it. I saw the face of a monster.
Go back further. Can you remember anything out of the ordinary in the shuttle flight? Some point at which you might have been infected with something from outside?
I told you already. Everything went exactly as planned. Earl was the only one to leave the shuttle, and if he brought anything back, it didn't show up on the scanners.
So there was no time when you were directly exposed to space?
I'm not even sure this thing is from space. I could have gotten it right here, on the beach.
I had wrapped my hands in bandages, at that point mostly to stop the freakish sensation of seeing through their and my eyes at the same time, and to stop them from staring at me. I couldn't tell anybody. The government would probably put me in some research center. I thought of telling you then, but at that point I wasn't desperate enough. I lived with the eyes for 3 months. Most of the time I was in charge, but strange things were always happening. I'd go to sleep and wake up in another room with my hands unwrapped, showing things to them. Photographs, books, cooking utensils. Everything the eye saw was horribly distorted, monsterish. They hate everything about this world. I know they do. And the more they see, the more the doorway opens.
The doorway?
I am the doorway. Their doorway to our world. I do everything I can to keep it shut, but still it inches open.
Frank, when you tell these stories, say you find yourself walking someplace or standing somewhere, but you can't stand, Frank. You're dead from the waist down.
You see that car over there? That car isn't alive, but you can get inside it and control it. You can make it do anything you want. You can make it kill, and it would do nothing to stop you.
Frank, tell me about the boy.
About a week ago, I came out here to relax and unwrap the eyes. They're more calm when I let them see. I saw him now and again, sifting patiently through the sand looking for change. I assumed he was from town. The boy had waved at me, and I, not thinking, waved back. The eyes saw the boy, and I saw the boy as they saw him. A distorted and obscene parody of sentient life. A monster, undeserving of existence. and I felt my mind give way to them.
They buried the boy in the dunes.
Do you remember where?
Yes.
Let's go look for the grave. The boy is not here, Frank.
The eyes must have moved the body last night. They're gaining the upper hand, Richard. The doorway is opening wider.
Frank, stop it. This is ridiculous. You need some sort of medical help.
Well, then where's the boy? Someone must have reported him missing.
There is no boy, Frank. Come on, this is ridiculous.
Richards, wait.
Oh dear God.
Now you see. I looked at Richards, and they looked at Richards. I saw a face I had known and loved for many years. They saw a distorted living monolith. He was hideous. How could I have lived near him, spoken to him? He was not even a creature, but mute pestilence. He was...
Run, Richards! Run!
They were tired now, slumbering, but soon they would be back stronger than before. I had to shut the doorway forever.
Things went back to normal for the most part. The hooks were hard to get used to at first, but eventually you get used to anything. I miss my hands sometimes, but they weren't my hands anymore. It was good to just be myself again.